time. So, me and my buddy, we got sent to detention because,
That'll be me.
yeah, we got sent to detention because we were quotation mark sick quotation mark on Thursday. So Thursday we have this class called outdoor ed. So outdoor ed, apparently they decided to talk about how they're gonna go on a bike ride. So as we show up on Monday goes by, we go to Tuesday. Now we only have outdoor ed on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So when it was Tuesday, I was just enjoying my. It was lunch actually. I was just enjoying my time. So I finish up my meal. Then on the announcement, I say, "Hey, unknown name, come to the office."
Unknown name, quote
Yeah.
unquote. You mean James?
Yes,
Come to the
James, come to the office. So we head down. Well, I head down there. They're like, "You ready for the bike ride?" What bike ride? Oh, the bike ride that we were talking about. Like,
And I was already at the office trying to get my grandma to come pick me up because I didn't want to do whatever he was gonna make us do. I thought we would be like sit in class or something, but I would rather just go home and like play video
yeah,
games.
I thought we were getting something like that too. So then after that, let's call him Mr. Let's call him by his real name, Mr. Ben. We took him down to his place, give us some sheets, get sent down to the office. Now we're in the office, so they separate us, and the sheet is called how to be prepared for class. I'll get onto that.
It is the most bullshit thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'll move on to that in a bit, but first I gotta talk about who was in there with me in the big house.
The big house.
So they make
The office.
Yes, the office. So we're sitting down. I sat down to one of my buddies. His name was
We'll
No.
call him Randy.
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 I sat down by Randy. He's one of my good buds. I'm like, "What are you in here for?" He says, "Forgot my gym strip. Now I'm in here for all lunch." I'm like, "Ooh, tough crap. That's not good." So after this, I go to my work. So it's one of the Ty. Do you remember some of the questions?
One was, what did you forget to bring today?
Oh.
So I wrote, my bike. And I said, why? And so I wrote an unknown reason, because I'm not going to say it.
I put I was sick that day. Well, quote unquote sick.
Quote unquote.
Well, I wasn't sick, but they don't know that. So, anyways, so we're sitting down. I finally finish it. Principal comes down. He's like, "Hey, why are you in the office here?" I'm like, "Oh, well, on Thursday." So I tell him the whole story, right? And he says, "That doesn't sound too right. Did he tell you about anything?" I'm like, "What do you mean about anything? Did he give you any sheets about this? No. Any emails? No. Did he tell you, or did he call you down to tell you?" "No, not one bit." They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a talk with him." Like, "Oh."
Okay, so next he comes into my room, right? I picked the worst possible time to put my hood on and put my head down, because I looked like the most guilty kid in the room, okay? I picked the worst possible time to do this. So he walks in, and he gives me, like, the stare. Like, you know when the principal sees you do something you're not supposed to do, and he looks at you? That stare. And then once I told him what happened, the stare went away, so I was good. And he said, "Would you have any homework or anything you want to do?" And I said, "I do have some homework. Can I get some food from my locker?" So I went to my locker, got my entire backpack, brought it down, drank 2 whole bottles of water,
Oh yeah.
made an hourglass, ate my sandwich, basically anything in my lunch, almost spit out some applesauce on the table. That was great.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and that was basically, we'll talk about the bathroom situation later.
So something I didn't say was I was sitting in like a box, and then there's a hallway. Like, yeah, you can say box, and then
Box.
my buddy,
Cubbyhole.
yeah. Then my buddy was sitting in the other room. And then this door has a glass through it. So they kept on closing it, and then I keep on looking through, and I could just see him. He was like, "Ah." So I saw this whole thing going down. I just see him just head down on the desk. I'm like, what's happening over there? He opens up the door. I see him chug 2 bottles of water straight, just not stopping. Nowhere. It's like gone. And then after that, he just like, I see him drilling holes into his water bottles. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm making an hourglass. I'm like, how are you making an hourglass? Well, you see here. I'm gonna.
I was explaining some high-tech science.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you gonna put in it? The applesauce. Like, ooh, cool. So, when I was sitting in my box, we were in there for lunch, which is like an hour. So we sat in there for an hour. Then my buddy had to leave. What was his name again? Wasn't it like Jeremy or something?
The other one that we talked about at the start of the
Yeah,
story,
yeah.
We said we'll call. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that guy. All right.
Him.
Well, anyways.
Randy. It was Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
Randy.
So Randy had to go, and then, so there was some papers on his desk. So I'm like, ooh, oh, whoa, what's this? So then I grab it. I'm like, oh, time to have some fun. So then, since actually, what did I do? Oh yes, I made these awesome paper arts displays. So this desk, I thought there would be quite a bit of graffiti on it. There wasn't that much. There was a unhappy face that said, "I don't want to be here," and there was a couple of drill marks in the desk. Like they were freaking drilling through it. Like they were not stopping.
They like brought their duff bag in with
Yeah.
like an entire drill, like 3 batteries. They were just going.
Yeah.
Going for it.
So we don't really do anything. We sit in there for like the rest of the time. We weren't really doing that much. And then another guy comes in. We're getting close to the end of the day because we had to sit there all last block.
Okay, yeah, I would like to add something. Last block is like 78 minutes, and lunch is like an hour. So both of that is like 2 hours and 20 minutes, roughly. I think. I'm not sure. With maths.
No, wait. 2 hours and 10 minutes.
2 hours 10 minutes. I'm an idiot. 2 hours and 10 minutes. So we had to sit in the room for 2 hours and 10 minutes with nothing. We couldn't go on our phones. I was gonna ask him if I could listen to an American history podcast, otherwise known as the Dollop. But
Please sponsor us.
no. I'm gonna explain the bathroom situation. So I had to pee really bad, considering I just chugged 2 bottles of water. So basically, I had to go to the bathroom, so I stood up,
Oh, yeah,
and I had to wait for like 3 minutes for the secretary to be done talking to somebody. I was about to implode on myself, okay? So finally she stops talking, she looks at me and says, "Can I go to the bathroom?" She said, and the other secretary had to say yes, because she was probably going to say no. If she would have said no, I would have pissed right there, right then and there. I'm kidding, I wouldn't have, because that's disgusting, but...
Yuck.
Yuck. So basically, I went to the bathroom, and I walk in, and the custodian is sitting there in one of the urinals, literally, and I don't know what to do. So I stand there for a second, and if he turns around, he'll see me standing there staring directly at him. So I had to walk up and go to the bathroom. I stared directly at the wall in front of me. I did not move, because to make it even more awkward with me and me being dumb, I said, "Hi, how are you?" He looked directly at me and said, "Good," and then he walked away immediately. He got out of it as fast as he could. He was smart. I wasn't. So, and then I had to walk back, but I saw one of my friends there, so I was able to, like, not be in there for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So, that's basically what happened to me. There were no other highlights besides me almost taking a nap.
Oh yeah. So after he left, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna follow in his footsteps. So I didn't ask. I just left.
He just straight up dipped.
Yeah, he's just looking at me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Bye." So I leave, go to the bathroom. I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." I have a nice time. I come out. I walk in. No one questioned me.